Joshua Pike. Olson, Scott.
All rise. Everyone, please be seated. House call, so it'll be a while. Good afternoon, everybody. This is the 2 o'clock calendar on July 17th, 2026. The court orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. When you're called, I'm going to go over your release conditions, but I'm not going to say all of them out loud. They'll be on your paperwork, so it'll be your responsibility to read them. At a minimum, I'll say no drugs without a valid prescription, don't drive without a valid driver's license. For those of you who I said a security appearance bond, you can go to a bonding company. It's my understanding they collect calls. There are names and numbers of bonding companies on some walls in the jail. If you can't find them or you need assistance, ask for help from one of the officers. Okay. Because this matter is also being streamed, I read the victim's rights advisement. It goes as follows. If a person is a victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, they're advised they have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present in court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on the release, negotiation of plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution for a person who's been convicted of causing their loss. If they've already not been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, they should contact the Victim Services Division of the prosecutor's office. Okay, see, Joshua Pike. Okay, so your name and date of birth, please.
It's Joshua Anthony Pike, 4/26/1981.
Okay, you got two matters before me. The first one is, by the way, trafficking stolen property, burglary, third degree, possession of dangerous drugs, and possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. It was a bench warrant. Apparently, you failed to appear for sentencing. I think you had pled guilty with a prior felony conviction, and so your judge will, pursuant to Rule 7.2, be held without bond on that matter, just so you know. Your court date will be for a status conference at 175 West Madison Street on July 27th at 8:30. Obviously, no weapons. You can't return to the scene of the crime, and no contact with the alleged victim. Now, that's in 2025 13196. Then your other matter is 2026 127 663. You're charged with possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, class 4 felony. On that one, by the way, on the first charge I was talking about, you've been initialed on around August 8th, 2025. So this one, you have your status conference on July 23rd and at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing on July 27th. At least that's scheduled. Will be all court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street. No weapons, of course. Now, because I do find probable cause you committed this offense, and you're out on release on the other one. So, pursuant to Article 2, Section 22 of the Arizona Constitution, and because of Rule 7.2b, you're held without bond. So, you're being held without bond on both. Okay, step to your right. Scott Olson. So I know you're limping, so if you want to lean on the podium, go ahead.
Excuse
Okay.
me, sir?
I see you're limping, so if you want to lean on the podium, I won't regard as disrespect, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Do you feel better leaning on it?
Yeah,
I said, you want to put your arms on it, you can.
okay, yeah,
I won't be bothered by it, okay?
okay, thank you, sir.
You're entitled to that respect, okay?
Yes,
And do you want a chair? Would you feel better with a chair?
No, I'll be okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate it, sir.
Okay. Anyway, so you've got three different matters before me, okay? Let's just deal with the, one is a bench warrant, and one's a new case, and you have a justice court warrant. I'll just deal with the easy one first. It was out of North Valley Justice Court on a reckless driving charge. They wanted like a $509 bond. I'm saying a $100 because that way they would transport you and get it out of the have it taken care of. Your court date will be at the North Valley Justice Court on July 22nd at 8:30. All right. Now let's deal with the other ones. Let's deal with the bench warrant first. That's in 2024 119072001. Okay. I just don't want to get mixed up, so I'm going to do check and have it in front of me while I'm doing this. Okay. All right. Apparently, your bench warrant was issued on May 7th during the trial, jury trial. And in fact, you were found guilty by jury, in case you didn't know. Okay. And so your judge ordered you be held without bond pursuant to Rule 7.2. Okay. So I'll let you know about that. So on that case, I have to change one thing, by the way. It was during the jury trial. Yeah.
It's a dual part of the day.
Okay.
There's no talking, or side.
So you're not being held without bond. So on that one. Yeah. And then you have the new case, 2026 127665. You got the charge of unlawful flight from law enforcement vehicle, aggravated assault, and resisting arrest. I appointed a lawyer for you. You already had a lawyer in the other one, of course. And you've been out on release on the other charge, and I can go into the actual date, but pursuant to Rule 7.2 and Article 2, Section 22 of the Arizona Constitution, you'll be held without bond on this one also. Evidentiary, the status conference will be 7/23, and the witness preliminary hearing scheduled this time for July 27th. You'll have an evidentiary hearing on July 24th to discuss the bond issue. Your lawyer will explain that to you. Okay?
Did you say there was also a court date on the 23rd, 24th, 27th?
Yeah, the status conference is 23rd at
Okay.
8:30. Witness preliminary, well,
Okay.
you know,
Thank you, sir.
and then the evidentiary hearing on the 24th at 1:30.
Okay.
And then you get the other one, they may or may not take it to the justice court, I don't know. And then you get the other one. Do you want me to check to see about the date on that one? That's also that's 7/28. You got a bunch of dates, okay?
Okay.
It'll be all in your paperwork though. All right, Ivana Yazi? Your name and date of birth, please.
Ivana Yazi, 2/16/1986.
All right, you've got two matters before me. First one is you had a bench warrant at a Superior Court on 2 counts of aggravated DUI. You already have an attorney on that. Your court dates will be at the 175 West Madison Street, 8:30. Status conference on July 23rd, and a witness preliminary hearing on July 27th. Obviously, you can't consume any alcohol. And your judge said bond the amount of $1,000. And then you have a new case, 2026 127672. Possession of narcotic drugs, possession of dangerous drugs. I appointed a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be July 23rd for status conference, witness preliminary hearing on July 27th. Also at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. You'll have an evidentiary hearing on July 24th at 1:30, the same building, to determine whether bond can be set. Because in regard to you, let's see. I have it written down here, I believe. And the one you had the bench warrant, your initial appearance on or about May 27th of this year, and I do find probable cause to believe you committed these offenses. So pursuant to Article 2, Section 22 of the Arizona Constitution and Rule 7.2b, you will be held without bond. That's why you have an evidentiary hearing at 1:30 on July 24th to determine whether bond can be set. Your lawyer will explain that to you. All right, step to your left, please. Anthony Valdez. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Anthony Valdez.
Can you talk a little louder? Can you talk louder?
Anthony Valdez, 6/11/75.
Okay, sir, you have two matters. One is a bench warrant, which you're charged with possession of dangerous drugs, drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the third degree. You already have a lawyer in that. You'll be at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on July 23rd at 8:30. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. Your judge on that one ordered you be held on a $1,000 cash bond. I would note that you had your initial appearance on April 3rd of this year. Then you have a new case, 2026-127-681. I think you failed to appear for sentencing on that first one. You're charged with armed robbery, threatening use of a weapon, artifices, shoplifting, and regular shoplifting. I appointed a lawyer for you. And to return to the scene of the alleged crime, have no contact with and can initiate contact with alleged victim or victims or the alleged complainant or witness, and no weapons. And you'll have your status conference on July 23rd at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing on July 27th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison Street. You'll have an evidentiary hearing on July 24th at 1:30 to determine whether bond can be set by pursuant to Rule 7.2b and Article 2, Section 22 of the Arizona Constitution. You'll be held without bond at this time. Would your lawyer explain to you what's going to happen for the evidentiary hearing? Step to your left, please. James Brown. James Brown. Oh. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
James Brown, 125-76.
Okay. All right, sir, you also had a warrant. I don't know where Janesville is, but you don't have to say anything. But there's a warrant out for you on that. I don't know if there's gonna be any hold on you for that. Okay. Okay. Sir, also, at this point, it looks like there's no, while you're being on probation, they didn't put a hold on you for probation violation. They could happen and you could be seen on a later calendar. So I want to let you know about that. That's why I'm checking all these things here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See what else do I want to go over with you before we do it. Okay. Anyway, you're charged with discharge of firearm at a residence, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, unlawful discharge of firearm city limit, and refusing to provide your true name. I know the state, you cannot possess any weapons, can't return to the scene of alleged crime, initiate contact with alleged victim or victims. If you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours. State wanted a bond of $150,000. I'm setting a cash bond of $75,000. Step to your left, please. Oh, sir, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
My mistake. You do have the probation violation hold.
All right.
And for that one, the first one, I was appointing a lawyer for you, appointing a lawyer for you on the probation revocation. And This one, you'll have a probation revocation arraignment hearing on July 24th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson, which is a different building than the other one. What's going to happen is they'll probably combine it ultimately into the one courtroom.
Yes, sir.
You alleged to violate terms 3 and 5. Same thing about contacting your probation officer within 72 hours of release, no weapons, no alcohol, no drugs without valid prescription, and bond, and that one is security appearance bond, $250. Okay, step to your left, please,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Alvin Manti? Okay, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Alvin Manti, 1978.
You're off parole, right? Was it
No.
federal parole?
No.
Or probation?
No.
Was it federal or?
Federal, I was in federal.
But
Yeah.
you're done with that, right?
Yeah.
I thought so.
I've been out for like 8 years now.
Yeah, I thought so, but
Yeah.
it was from a long time ago, but
Yeah.
it's, the reason it's just like the other gentleman, I'd like to let people know there are other possible holds on
Yeah.
them, that's why. Okay, sir, you are, meanwhile, I asked you your name and date of birth, right?
Yes.
Okay, excuse me on that. You were charged with possession of a weapon by a prohibited person and discharging a firearm within the city limits, a class 4 and a class 6. I am appointing a lawyer for you. You'll be at 175 West Mass Street in Phoenix. Both are at 8:30. A status conference scheduled for July 23rd. At this point, there's a witness preliminary hearing on July 27th. Your lawyer may explain to you what I mean. It's just tentatively scheduled, okay? You can't possess any weapons. Bond for you, it'll be a security appearance bond, $25,000, so you can go to a bonding company. All right, so step to your left, please. Kyle Tutsi? Sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Kyle Titsy, 8/23/86.
Okay, you got two matters before me. One is a Superior Court. And by the way, you got warrants, looks at a Holbrook and Sholo, just so you know. Anyway, you were charged with aggravated assault, and I want to check one thing here before we go any further. Yeah. I thought. I have to make a change on this, by the way. They had you listed for ag assault for class 2 felony. I believe it's a class 3 felony. So that's why I'm making that change. Okay. Well, let me change it. Sometimes that happens. All right. We're not changing it, but right now I'm just telling you it'll be up to what the prosecutors charge you with right now, okay? Later on. Anyway, I did appoint a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 8:30 in the morning at 175 West Madison Street for a status conference on July 23rd and a witness preliminary hearing on July 27th. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims, and bond was set in the amount of $3,600 security appearance bond. Okay. Now, you got a warrant of a different counties in Holbrook Justice Court. The address will be on your paperwork. Failure to show up on a criminal littering or polluting charge, and they wanted a bond of, I believe, $500. Sir, I'm for this way. I'm not going to have you held in custody on that one, so I'm going to release you on that. But bear in mind you have those warrants, so you could, if you don't address it, you can, and if you get out of custody on this one, doesn't mean you can't keep getting picked up on it. You know what I mean? So it'll be I'm leaving it up to you. Take care of that, both Sholo and Holbrook, so you don't have the same thing over and over and over again. But I just didn't want to hold you in custody on that charge, because I figured you spent the time here anyway. You know what I mean? But you have the bond on the other one. So if you post your bond, make sure you make it up to Holbrook, okay? Because since I release you on this charge, they're not going to transfer you to Holbrook, most likely, okay? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Step to your left. And I told you the court date, right? That was July 22nd at 8:30. Sir, in Holbrook, your court date is July 22nd at 8:30. Okay?
Sure.
Right. Jackie McClendon or Jackie McClendon? Right. Your name and date of birth, please.
Jacqueline McClendon, March 19th, 94.
You are charged with disorderly conduct, Class 6 felony, and interference with judicial proceedings, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street, both at 8:30. Your status conference set for July 23rd and a witness preliminary hearing on July 27th. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate contact with alleged complainant. You can't possess any weapons. All right. Bond is set in the amount of $2,500 security appearance bond, so you can go to a bondsman.
Will they offer me or bond with me being on a fixed income?
I can't hear you.
I was trying to see with a court offering me or a bond because I am on a fixed income.
No. Your bond is $2,500. Step to your left, please. Jordan Jones,
I'm sorry.
he's done.
Oh, okay.
Jordan Jones, 6996.
All right, so you got two matters before me. Both bench warrants, by the way. Let's do it. And you already have an attorney on both of them. In 2026, 104, 109, 4 counts of shoplifting, 2 counts of solicitation of shoplifting. Your court date for that one will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30 on July 23rd, which is in 6 days. Not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or initiate contact with the alleged complainant or witness, and your judge set bond amount of $500 on that one. In 2026, 107, 162 is 2 counts of solicitation of shoplifting. You have that lawyer, same court date, July 23rd at 8:30, and same release conditions, but your judge set bond. Actually, he made it $3,000. I wrote down $2,000, so it'll be $2,000 security appearance bond. So you got a little bit of a break because I misread it. Okay? All right, step to your left. Victoria De La Torre. Your name and date of birth.
Victoria Delatorre, birthday 12/15/1984.
Okay. You are charged with aggravated DUI based on wrong way driving, aggravated DUI with a passenger under 15 with a blood alcohol level 0.08 or more, endangerment, a DUI with a blood alcohol level of 0.08 or more, DUI, and reckless driving. I did appoint a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street. Status conference will be July 23rd at 8:30, and a witness preliminary hearing is July 27th at 8:30. You're not to consume any alcohol and no drugs without a valid prescription. Bond is set in a security appearance bond of $1,500. If you post your bond, you got to show up for court, or else you could lose your bond and a warrant will issue. All right?
Thank
Step to
you.
the left, please. Well, actually, I want to ask you, ma'am. Yeah. You have a 6-year-old child, right?
Pardon me?
You have a 6-year-old child, right? 6-year-old child?
I think so.
Is someone watching your child?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure he or she is fine. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, very
Thank you.
good, thank you. Anthony Smith. All right, sir, your name and date of birth, please.
Anthony Smith, 4595.
All right, you have a warrant out of the Graham County Superior Court. Apparently on narcotic drugs and drug paraphernalia. Lawyer, I don't know if a lawyer's ever been appointed for you, but it will be appointed for you at the next court date, which will be July 22nd at 8:30 up there or down there. I'm not sure where Graham County is. But the address will be on your paperwork. They set bond for you in the amount of a security appearance bond of $1,000. But you have to deal with them in Graham County. Okay, step to your left, please. Freddie Villalon. Hats off.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Freddie Villalone, August 16th, 1993.
You got 2 probation violation warrants here. Let's go over it. And I'm appointing a lawyer for you on both. And your court dates from them will be July 24th at 8:30 at 201 West Jefferson. Can you hear me?
Barely, sir.
Okay. You have 2 probation violations. Your court date for both will be for revocation arraignment hearings on July 24th at 8:30. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I know there's talking, so if you can't hear me, let me know, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I appoint a lawyer for you, same court date, on the, 2000, let's see, which one is, the one which you're on probation for possession of drug paraphernalia, you're alleged to have violated terms 3 and 4. Now, for both of them, if you get out, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You can't possess or consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription, and no weapons. And you're a judge in that case. The probation violation court set bond for you in the amount of $250 security appearance bond. Now, the other one, 2024-13793-002, you're on probation for unlawful means of transportation. You're alleged to have violated terms 3, 4, and 15. And same release condition, except your judge set bond in the amount of $750. So you combine the two bonds, you can get out, but make sure you show up for court and contact your probation officer. All right, step to your left, please. Sabrina Begay. Your name and date of birth, please.
Spring Brigade 21587.
287?
21587?
Yes, just want to make sure. I'm
Okay.
soft-spoken.
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
You are charged with escape in second degree, class 5 felony, shoplifting, class 1 misdemeanor, and refusing to give you a true name, a class 2 misdemeanor. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street in downtown on July 31st at 8:30. Witness preliminary hearing on August 4th at 8:30. Don't lose your paperwork. Make sure you're there.
Okay.
You can't return to the scene of alleged crime. Can't have any contact with the alleged complainant or witness, and you cannot have any contact with Mr. Aguilera, because you're co-defendant.
Okay.
All right. However, despite everything they were recommending, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You're going to get a packet. You've got to report to them within 72 hours.
Okay.
And they'll be, if you don't, they'll warrant an issue. All right. So
Okay.
you'll probably be out in about 4 to 6 hours.
Okay. Thank
for
you.
processing. Abel Aguilera. By the way, Matt, I just want to have her pop her head in 1 second.
The last one?
Yeah. Ma'am, I just want to mention, I said that particular name, no contact with your co-defendant, okay? I just had the wrong name down there, okay? All right, so your name and date of birth, please. Your name and date of birth.
10/31/90.
And your name.
Abel Aguilera.
Okay, so you are charged with the following: possession of narcotics for sale, possession of dangerous drugs for sale, another count of possess for sale of narcotic drug, possession or use of a weapon and drug offense, possession of weapon by a prohibited person, interference with judicial proceedings, and a DUI. Based on limited information, I'm only finding probable cause on possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, interference with judicial proceeding, and DUI. Doesn't mean you won't be charged with the other ones, but right now I don't have enough information on it. That'll be up to the county attorney's office to make that charging decision. I am appointing a lawyer for you. I will tell you, the prosecutors want you to be held on a $35,000 bond. Instead, sir, your court dates, by the way, will be on July 31st at 8:30 for status conference. Witness preliminary hearing scheduled for August 4th at 8:30 at 175 West Madison. You're not to possess any weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. You must obey terms of any orders of protection or injunctions against harassment that have been issued against you. And said, I'm going to release you to pretrial services. You're going to have to report to them within 72 hours of release. You'll get a packet on that. However, as a condition of your release, before you're released, they can put an ankle bracelet on it and you'll electronic monitoring. You can only leave your residence during hours approved by pretrial services. If you remove the bracelet, that you'll be charged with a felony. You understand that? You'll be out and about later today, probably. All right, step to your left, please. Enrico Mariscal.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so your name and date of birth, please.
Enrique Mariscal, 7/17/91.
You're ex-military, right?
No, sir.
What? No?
A lot of family, though.
Okay, the way you you spoke and you're at ease right now. Gave me an impression you were military.
Much obliged, sir.
Okay. So you were charged with, class 2 misdemeanor, aggravated, assault and criminal damage. And this is out of the town of Fountain Hills. The address will be in your paperwork, somewhere in Fountain Hills, the courthouse, okay? Make sure you're there,
Absolutely.
okay?
But
But I'm not appointing a lawyer for you, so you're gonna have to, if you wanna have a lawyer, you gotta hire one. Your court date will be on August 5 at 9 o'clock in the morning. You cannot initiate contact with the alleged victim or victims. All right, you may initiate contact with the alleged victim only with prior written permission from the alleged victim.
Of course.
But you're being released on your own recognizance, so you're probably gonna be released in about 4 to 6 hours. Okay?
Copy that.
All right, step to your left, please. DeAndre Jennings. So your name and date of birth, please.
DeAndre Jennings, April 23rd, 1999.
And so you are charged with shoplifting, class 6 felony. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street at 8:30. Status conference on July 31st, and witness public hearing August 4th. Make sure you show up there. Don't lose your paperwork. Can't return to the scene of alleged crime. Can't initiate contact with any alleged complainant or witness. But you'll be released on your own recognizance. That means you get out in about 46 hours, but be smart and show up.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
Step to your left, please. Joseph Schaefer. So your name and date of birth, please.
Joseph Schaefer, 2492,
24 what?
1992.
I thought you said something totally different. All right, you are charged with aggravated DUI based on suspension or revocation. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court dates will be also at 175 West Madison Street, 8:30. Status conference on July 31st, and a witness hearing on August 4th. You cannot possess, consume any alcohol, no drugs without a valid prescription. Releasing you to pretrial services. That means you get out in about 4 to 6 hours. You get an envelope from the officer telling you how to contact them. Because if you don't contact them and do your alcohol testing and monitoring, a warrant will issue when you're back here. All right.
Yes, sir.
Right. And if you show up at court, you'll find out whether it's been charged yet. Okay. But make sure you show up at court.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Joshua Franco. Your name and date of birth, please.
August 29, 2003, Joshua Franco.
Okay, you are charged with driving in the West McDowell Justice Court. The address will be in your paperwork, so don't lose it. On driving a license suspended or revoked, you have to be there at August 4th at 1:30. Don't be late. And I'll release you on your own recognizance. You'll be getting out later today. All right, show up for court.
I didn't hear the last time.
Yeah, I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. You'll be out in about 4 to 6 hours. Make sure you show up at the West McDowell Justice Court as is directed on
Okay.
August 4th at 1:30. All right?
I
Step to your left.
appreciate you, sir.
Jose Gutierrez Madrigal. Okay, sir. Your name and date of birth, please.
Jose Gutierrez, 5494.
All right, so you were charged in the Agua Fria Justice Court. Your address will be in your paperwork on reckless driving, class 2 misdemeanor. You have to be there on August 5 at 10:30 in the morning. Be early rather than late. And I'll release you on your own recognizance. So you'll be getting out 4 to 6 hours, but make sure you show up at the court date. All right, step to your left, please.
Thank you.
Renee Wirgas. You're right, sorry. I missed the little house. All right. Got those reasons for her. Is regarded as unable to function. And let's see here. Charge. I got to change the charge. Not class 2 felony. It's class 4 felony. How come sometimes when I change the level of charge, it's okay, and other ones say you can't? I can't figure that one out. But anyway, she's charged with possession of dangerous drugs, class C felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, class 6 felony. When a lawyer for her, her court dates will be at 175 West Mason Street. Status conference July 31st, 8:30. Witness public hearing on August 4th at 8:30. She'll be released to pretrial services. For drug testing, she must report within 72 hours of release. All right, that brings us to Shane Schaefer. When we do the house call on this, I won't mention the charge to him. He's charged with failure to register as a sex offender. He's refusing orders. It was a grand jury warrant. I appointed a lawyer for him. His bond will be set, and his arraignment hearing will be July 24th at 8:30. He's got a cash bond of $2,000 and with ankle monitoring and a curfew. All right, and then we have Angel Ortiz, who's refused. No, number 10 was a danger to others. I'm sorry. Number 11 is refusing orders. Charged with obstructing criminal investigation, resisting arrest, obstruction, or failing, refusing to give his true name. I appoint a lawyer for him. His court dates will be at 175 West Madison Street. Status conference on July 31st, 8:30, and witness preliminary hearing on August 4th at 8:30. Can return to the scene of alleged crime, can contact his co-defendant. Okay, and can contact and initiate contact with alleged complainant or witness. Okay, that's showtime. Is that done?
Thank you. Please be seated. Oh, looks like Ms. Sauer's in the lobby. Oh, there she is. Good evening, Ms. Sauer. Thank you for coming in.
Hi, good evening, Your Honor.
And Ms. Hather? Oh, is the microphone on? Is there a button to turn the microphone on?
Go ahead and speak.
Hather?
Ms. Hather, thank you.
Yes.
And you're here on our, let's see, here on our 5 o'clock calendar for the Atkinson and Tuller matters?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very well. We'll begin. This is the 5 o'clock PM initial appearance calendar for July the 17th of 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will now read the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before the court in the state of Arizona, you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who's convicted of causing your loss. If you've not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today on an initial appearance calendar. What that means is you're going to hear a little bit more about the allegations against you, whether or not you've been appointed counsel, your next court dates, and your release conditions. As I call you forward, please approach the podium that is in the center of the courtroom here. If you are next, please sit in the chair that's at the front door of the gallery. We'll begin with number 2 on our calendar, Daniel Atkinson, to the podium, please. Number 1 on the calendar, Andrew Tuller, to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Atkinson. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Daniel Adam Atkinson, 6/20/1999.
Thank you very much. And counsel, please announce.
Dawn Sauer on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
And Ms. Heather, I'll have you introduce yourself for the record.
My name is Misty Hather.
Thank you. Mr. Atkinson, we are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 2 charges alleged. The first, aggravated assault by strangulation, a Class 4 felony. The second, disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Before I make a ruling on probable cause, I do want to hear from Ms. Sauer and from Ms. Hather. Ms. Hather, I do have your impact statement, so thank you for submitting that.
No problem.
I'm reading through the Form 4, Ms. Sauer, and I will say the issue of identification on this case, I believe, is somewhat tenuous, and I was prepared to find probable cause until I received the victim impact statement, which appears to, and I'll pull this up, which appears to implicate a third party, if I'm interpreting this correctly.
Yes, sir.
And so, Ms. Sauer, I wonder if you have any further light to shed on the issue of probable cause for the strangulation count. I am prepared to find probable cause as to disorderly conduct, but as it has to do with the aggravated assault count, Ms. Sauer.
Your Honor, as to the felony charge, in reading the Form 4s on both of the related defendants, I was trying to understand what the relationship was it appeared to me, and the victim can probably clarify, but it appeared to me that defendant Atkinson is not a family member, and I didn't see the domestic violence relationship there, and so I questioned whether there would be probable cause on the felony charge, and that's why I did not submit a recommendation, and I was deferring to the court's discretion on this case.
Okay. And so what I do see here as to the Atkinson matter, and I do know, and we'll get to the Tuller matter in just a moment, or in a little while, it's slightly different than the Form 4 submission, where the narrative indicates officers contacted victim who stated they joined a conversation between friend and mother. Victim then got into argument with mother, waking defendant. Victim stated they had been backed into a corner when defendant grabbed victim by the neck with his right hand, and I'm assuming for the purpose of this Form 4, defendant is referring to Mr. Atkinson, impeding victim's breathing for approximately 5 seconds. Victim stated he, I assume that that's a clerical error, was restrained by friend on the ground who wrapped his forearm around the neck of victim, impeding breathing for approximately 30 to 60 seconds. So given the, at least at face value, inconsistent reports of the alleged strangulation, I do tend to agree with you, Ms. Sauer, that the probable cause as to the felony count is somewhat tenuous. Ms. Heather, anything you wish to?
Yeah, my oldest son, the other party in this that is not here, is the one who assaulted me. And Mr. Atkinson and Mr. Tuller were defending me to get Samuel off of me and away from me.
Very well. Any further input, Ms. Sauer, as to the issue of probable cause for either of these counts?
Well, what I finally concluded, both Form 4s mention a defendant, a brother, and a friend, and the Form 4 for defendant Atkinson on page 3, I think it says victim was acquaintance. And I think there might have been some cutting and pasting by the officers between the two Form 4s, which leads to a little bit of the confusion. But the Form 4 for the other defendant says that it was a brother-sibling relationship, and then on this Form 4 on this page it says acquaintance. So with that said, without any specific information that there's a relationship or a family relationship or living together, I don't see the probable cause for the strangulation charge as far as it being a felony.
Very well. Given the nature of the allegations, even though the weight of the evidence is somewhat, shall we say, limited with respect to the idea of identification, the court will not find probable cause as to the felony count of aggravated assault. However, the court does believe that sufficient showing has been made for the singular misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct, the Class 1 misdemeanor, sir. So the court will make a finding of probable cause for disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, sir.
All right.
So here's what that means, and here's what that doesn't mean. What it does mean is that for today's purposes, the aggravated assault count does not factor into my determination of release conditions on your case. What it does not mean is that the prosecution still couldn't go forward in the event that the prosecuting agency thought it had enough evidence to obtain a conviction for aggravated assault at trial. So the moral of the story, sir, is you still have to go to court, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to point to the public defender's office and set court dates. Well, before I do that, Ms. Sauer, as to release conditions, state's recommendation.
Your Honor, I'll defer to the court, given that this is a misdemeanor case.
And Ms. Hather.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I had asked Ms. Sauer from the state about her recommendation for release conditions for Mr. Atkinson. Would you like to be heard on that matter?
Yes, I want by both Mr. Atkinson and Mr. Tuller released without, what would it be considered? ROR. I don't have an issue with either one of them. Again, they were protecting me.
Understood.
They were not hurting me. They were protecting me.
Understood. All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Hayter. Ms. Sauer, as to scene return and victim contact restrictions, any position?
Again, I find this entire scenario very confusing, and it's hard to have a strong argument for any type of contact terms. I am a little confused as far as the victim that's present. Is that the mother that was mentioned, or the sister in the Form 4?
The mother.
Okay, because Your Honor, I believe the sister was the victim, if I recall correctly. And if she and I suppose if she's not here to put her position on the record, I would ask for no contact at this point in time.
The victim was acquaintance on the Form 4.
Well, an acquaintance of this defendant, but there was, I believe there was a mother, a sister, and a brother involved, and then this defendant was the friend that was there. But I believe it was the other defendant's sister that was the victim, and which occurred after the altercation between, I think, the sister and the mother.
Understood. All right. Out of an abundance of caution, here's what I'm going to be doing. Given the lack of probable cause finding for the assault count, the court will, well, sir, I'm going to do a reprint on this. For your next court dates are July the 31st and August the 4th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. Do you promise to appear?
Yes.
Based on your promise to appear, it's ordered releasing you on your own recognizance out of an abundance of caution to all parties involved. Given the nature of the allegations, the court will order no returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. You will receive other release conditions in your written orders, sir. Do you have any questions for me?
No, that's it.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
may
you.
step to your left. And we'll now proceed to number 1 on the calendar. Andrew Teller to the podium, please. Number 21 on the calendar, Kelly Flemons to the chair, please. Do we have the victim advocate? Oh,
She's right here.
oh, yes. Can you please come forward and introduce yourself?
Melanie Kudo?
Say again?
Melanie Kudo?
Ms. Kudo, we received the written victim impact statement, which leads me to believe that Ms. Hayter is the listed victim in this case. Is that correct?
There's 2 listed victims.
2 listed victims.
Yeah, it's Ms. Hayter and then Samuel Tuller.
Okay, and so Ms. Hayter is,
The mother to both Samuel and Andrew.
who are adults.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that would make Ms. Hayter connected to a victim, but not a listed victim, correct?
No, she was the initial victim that started the whole incident. And then Samuel was assaulted.
Okay, so by your understanding, that would make Ms. Hayter a victim, correct?
Yes, she was the initial victim.
Okay, all right. Very well, we'll proceed. Mr. Teller, please tell me your name and date of birth.
Andrew William Teller, 12/11/1998.
Thank you very much. We're here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 2 counts alleged. The first, aggravated assault. The second, disorderly conduct. The aggravated assault alleged as a Class 4 felony. The disorderly conduct alleged as a Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm going to approach this much the same way as I did with the case that we just called. As to probable cause, Ms. Sauer.
Yes, Your Honor. My reading of this Form 4 is that initially an altercation was going on between, I believe, the mother and the sister. And at some point, this defendant got involved, who is the brother and son. And I believe it's pretty clear down here that the victim that this charge is for is the sister, who he did impede her breathing. Page 3 of the Form 4 indicates victim was brother. I'm sorry, victim. I believe they got it back. I think they meant to say victim was sister, but the defendant is the brother of the victim. And so while they talk above about the mother and the victim pushing each other, the victim's the sister, and that's the one who the defendant ultimately placed his hand around the victim's neck, impeding their breathing. And so I believe there is PC on this charge.
All right. Given the eval, and I appreciate your position, Ms. Sauer, given the eval of the victim advocate, out of an abundance of caution, the court will accept or at least entertain the input of Ms. Hather for tonight's purposes. Go ahead, Ms. Hather.
Again, Your Honor, my son Andrew was protecting me from my son Samuel, who put hands on me. Andrew had seen it, and Daniel had seen it, and they came to my assistance to get him off of me.
Thank you, Ms. Hather. Of note in the Form 4, page 3, scratch that, page 4. The court's noting that there's a passage in here where it mentions that the defendant's friend then placed his hand around the victim's neck, impeding breathing. It goes on to say, and again, it's given the lack of clarity regarding identification, it goes on to allege that the defendant was then restrained on the ground by the defendant, who then placed his forearm around the victim's neck. So the court is just not clear in terms of the issue of identification with respect to the allegations contained within the four corners of the Form 4. So the court will approach this again much the same as the previous case. Just a moment. This is a reprint.
Your Honor, it does say towards the bottom that the defendant placed his forearm around the victim's neck.
Yeah, but I mean, I've already finished with some things for the paper. You know what I mean?
By the defendant. Defendant then restrained by defendant, who then placed his forearm around the victim's neck. Given the inconsistencies, the court will make a finding of no probable cause as to the singular count of aggravated assault. You've heard this before, sir. Here's what that means. Here's what that doesn't mean. What it does mean is that for tonight's purposes, well, that doesn't factor into my determination of release conditions. What it does not mean is that the prosecution still couldn't go forward if the state had enough evidence to obtain a conviction. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. As to release conditions from Ms. Sauer.
Your Honor, I would ask for no victim contact in this case.
Thank you. And Ms. Hather.
Your Honor, it's kind of hard as my son has nowhere else to go except for home. He does live with me, both of them do. I can do my best to keep them apart. I would honestly like Samuel to be the one out of the house so that I don't have to be afraid. because he's the one that started it.
Thank you, Ms. Hather. Sir, your next court dates are July the 31st and August the 4th of 2026. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, sir.
Based on your promise to appear, it's ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest. As you are released, you must follow mandatory conditions of release, which, as the court noted before, are being imposed out of an abundance of caution. Therefore, your release conditions are no returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contacts, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. You'll receive other release conditions in writing. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further from Ms. Hayter?
Your Honor, where's my son gonna go if he can't come home?
That would be an issue to take up on another time, given the
I need him to be able to come home.
given the issues regarding identification in this case. The court's imposing these out of an abundance of caution. Additionally, given the probable cause finding on the disorderly conduct count. So those will be your release conditions, sir. That was adjourn number 1 on the calendar. You may step to your left, sir. And thank you very much, Ms. Hayter. You may be excused.
Thank you.
And thank you again for appearing, Ms. Sauer. You may be excused as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 21 on the calendar, Kelly Flemons to the podium, please. Number 3 on the calendar, Abraham Osorio Villa to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Flemons. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Kelly Flemings, 10/13/1988.
Thank you very much. We are here today on a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 4 counts alleged. The first, aggravated assault, a class 3 felony. The second, aggravated assault, a class 4 felony. The third, aggravated assault, a class 4 felony. Finally, 1 count of resisting arrest, a class 6 felony. I did determine probable cause, and I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, sir, you're eligible for bail. Therefore, I'm setting your bail at $25,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, sir, you'll be released subject to pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency, with mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. If you are released, no returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. Other release conditions will be in writing in the written orders you're about to receive, sir. Do you have any questions? Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 3 on the calendar, Abraham Osorio Villa to the podium, please. Number 10 and 11 on the calendar, Kevin John to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Villa. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Abraham Osorio Villa, 07/10/06.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 counts alleged. First, aggravated robbery, a class 3 felony. There's a count of failure to admit to carrying a deadly weapon, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of carrying a deadly weapon under 21 years of age, a class 3 misdemeanor. I have determined probable cause, and I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, you are eligible for bail. I'm setting bail at $25,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. If you are released, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime. No victim contact, no co-defendant contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Other release conditions will be in writing that you'll be provided, sir. Any questions?
I had one question. Oh my God. It's fine. It's fine. I'll think about it later.
All right, thank you, sir. You may step to your left.
Thank you.
Numbers 10 and 11 on the calendar, Kevin John to the podium, please. Number 22, 23 on the calendar, Benjamin Westover to the chair, please. Good evening, Mr. John. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Name's Kevin Anthony John, 09251988.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on two cases. The first is an out-of-county warrant from Winslow Justice Court. The second is also an out-of-county warrant from Winslow Justice Court also. So I am going to order that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing at Winslow Justice, which is July the 22nd of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm affirming the bond amounts in both warrants. On the first matter, that's $300. On the second matter, that's $3,213. Both are cash-only appearance bonds. If you post bail, you'd be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. You will receive other release conditions in writing. Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 2223 on the calendar, Benjamin Westover to the podium, please. Number 27 on the calendar, James Davis to the chair, please. Good evening, Mr. Westover. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Benjamin Lewis Westover, 6/15/93.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on two cases out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The first is a new case. The second is a bench warrant. On the bench warrant, this was issued June the 17th of 2026 on a failure to appear. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office on that case. As to the newest case, there are 3 counts. First, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. Second, possession of narcotic drugs, class is submitted as a class 6, but it's actually a class 4. So this will be a reprint as to the classification. Possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony. Possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I have determined probable cause, and I am also appointing the public defender's office on this case. As to court dates, I'm setting court dates for July the 23rd, 24th, and 27th of 2026. All of those are at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. On your newest case, sir, you're eligible for bail under the Arizona Constitution. I'm setting your bail at $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. I'm also affirming the bond amount already set in the bench warrant. That's $500 for a grand total of $1,500 secured appearance. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released. You'll receive other conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
No.
Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 27 on the calendar, James Davis to the podium, please. Number 4 on the calendar, Davicius Wilson to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Davis. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
James Davis, 3/5/1963.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on a new case from the Maricopa County Superior Court. There's 1 count submitted of possession of narcotic drugs, a class 4 felony. I've determined probable cause, and I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, you are eligible for bail. I'm setting your bail at $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. I'm also ordering pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency with mandatory drug testing and monitoring if you are released. Additionally, if you are released, you must follow mandatory release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. You'll receive other conditions in writing. I do see that there may be a probation hold from marshals, so please talk to counsel about whether or not it's advisable to try and post that bond as well. Any questions, sir?
So if they don't pick me up, I'm not going to be able to go to trial. I'm going to come to court, correct?
Say again?
So if they pick me up, when they pick me up, I'm not going to be able to come to court, correct?
You would have to be written over from federal custody if you're in custody through the marshals. So please talk to counsel about how that could be arranged, okay?
Okay, then.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Number 4 on the calendar, Davicius Wilson to the podium, please. Number 5 on the calendar, Ashley McKeon to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Wilson.
Hey, Your
Please
Honor.
tell me your name and date of birth.
Davicius Wilson, July 28th, 2000.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. Scratch that, out of Surprise Municipal Court.
Yes, sir.
There's 1 count submitted of disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor. I have determined probable cause, and I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is an arraignment on July the 21st of 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Under the Arizona Constitution, you're eligible for bail. I'm setting your bail at $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, sir, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. You'll receive other conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 5 on the calendar, Ashley McKeon to the podium, please. Numbers 31, 32 on the calendar. Lisa Harmon to the chair, please. And good evening, Ms. McKeon. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Ashley McKeon, 10/30/92.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case from the Surprise Municipal Court. There are 5 counts submitted. The first 2, disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's 1 count of failure to admit to carrying a deadly weapon, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's 1 count of threatening or intimidating, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's 1 count of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a Class 3 misdemeanor. I have determined probable cause, and I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is an arraignment at the Surprise Municipal Court on July the 21st of 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Under the Arizona Constitution, ma'am, you're eligible for bail. I'm setting your bail at $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'd be released subject to release conditions, including no returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. You will receive other conditions in writing. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Please step to your left. Numbers 31 and 32 to the podium, Lisa Harmon to the podium. Numbers 14, 15, and 16, Thorin Carlson to the chair, please. Excuse me. And good evening, Ms. Harmon. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Lisa Harmon, 2997.
Thank you very much. We are here today on 2 cases. These are both probation violation warrants out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed petitions to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3, 5, and 15 of probation. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you, and I'm setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm also affirming the bond amounts already set in both warrants. That's $500 apiece for a grand total of $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'd be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Contact your probation officer within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation. You'll receive other conditions in writing. Any questions?
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Numbers 14, 15, and 16 on the calendar. Thorin Carlson to the podium, please. Numbers 8 and 9 on the calendar. Nathan Schaefer to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Carlson. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Thorin Carlson, 08/27/95.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on 3 cases. These are all probation violation warrants from the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed petitions to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15 of probation. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm also affirming the bond amounts already set in all 3 warrants. On the first case, $400. On the last 2 cases, $150 apiece for a grand total of $700. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'd be released subject to release conditions, including no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Contact your probation officer within 24 hours due to IPS. You'll have other conditions reduced to writing and provided to you, sir. Any questions?
No.
Thank you very much. Numbers 8 and 9 on the calendar. Nathan Schaefer to the podium, please. Number 24, 25 on the calendar. Jesus Madero to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Schaefer. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Nathan Schaefer, 8/18/85.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on 2 cases. These are both probation violation warrants from the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed petitions to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3, 4, 7, and 15 of probation. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm also affirming the bond amounts already set in both warrants. That's $500 apiece for a grand total of $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, sir, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released. You'll receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
No.
Thank you very much. You may step to your
Thank
left. Numbers 24, 25 on the calendar, Jesus Madero to the podium, please. Number 6 on the calendar, McKinley Britt to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Madero. Tell me your name and date of birth.
11/18/1989.
And your name, sir.
Jesus Madero.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on 2 cases. These are both probation violation warrants from Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed petitions to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15 of probation. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting your court date for July 24th of 2026 at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I'm also affirming the bond amounts already set in both warrants. That's $150 apiece for a grand total of $300. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released. The release conditions will be provided to you in writing, sir. Any questions?
I didn't know I had these warrants because I was in Crossroads. I had graduated Crossroads and got into an IOP program, and that's where I'm in now. And I didn't know I had those warrants, sir.
Understood, sir. From what I am seeing, the issue here is really contact with your probation officer is one of the central issues here. So I do have some concerns about just compliance with probation and keeping in contact with them. So if you want to seek review or modification of these release conditions, you can do that by motion. So please talk to counsel if you want to do that, but that's an issue for another time, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Number 6 on the calendar, McKinley Britt to the podium, please. Number 13 on the calendar, Gustavo Oros to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Britt. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
McKinley Britt, 2/20/1963.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on a new case from the Buckeye Municipal Court. There is 1 count alleged of interference with judicial proceedings, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is July the 22nd of 2026 at 1:00 p.m. Again, that's Buckeye Municipal Court. Under the Arizona Constitution, sir, you're eligible for bail. I'm setting your bail at $500. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including do not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. You must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing. Any questions, sir?
Yes, but I don't think I did anything wrong. She asked me to come over to take her and my stepdaughter to the hospital. Then after that, she calls and she wanted me to leave. I left. I wasn't over there until she called. I had no contact with her until she called. You know, and it's like I don't have any money to get no bill. I don't know nobody to even get out. I would go to court like I'm supposed to. You just let me go home. Just release me. I'll be in court.
Understood, sir. Mr. Britt, I'm going to have you sit back down. I'll take another look at the arrest narrative here. So I'm going to have you sit back down. Thank you. Number 13 on the calendar, Gustavo Oros to the podium. Number 20 on the calendar, Carlos Hueso to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Oros. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
I'm Gustavo Oros Jr. 1/16/82, sir.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a warrant from North Valley Justice Court, a bench warrant. This is on a failure to appear from March the 30th of 2026.
Yes, Your Honor.
I am ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing at North Valley Justice Court, which is July the 22nd of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning.
Yes, sir.
I am affirming the bond amount already set in the bench warrant. That's $245. If you post bail, sir, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing. Any questions?
I was incarcerated when on that court date. That's why I.
Thank you, sir. I'm not seeing that on the record on the case card from the Justice Court, sir. So I'm going to affirm that for the time being. If you'd like to take this up further, that'll be a matter for the Justice Court, sir.
Okay, so I will not be getting released then right now?
If you post bail, you'll be released subject to your release conditions.
Uh-huh.
If you do not post bail, you'll be held in custody pending your court date, sir.
Okay,
All right, thank you, sir.
thank you.
Number 20 on the calendar, Carlos Hueso to the podium, please. Number 7, 18, and 19 on the calendar, Joe Reyes to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Hueso. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Carlos Hueso, 80391.
Thank you. We're here today on a bench warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. This is on a failure to appear. The date of the warrant is June the 29th of 2026. I am affirming the appointment of your existing counsel and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I am affirming the bond amount already set in the warrant. That's $500. That is a secured appearance bond. So if you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released. You will receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
No, you're good.
All right, thank you. Number 7, 18, and 19 on the calendar, Joe Reyes to the podium, please. Number 30 on the calendar, Martin Maxim to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Reyes. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Joe Reyes, 42695.
Thank you. We're here today on 3 cases. The first is a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. 7 is a reprint. The other 2 are probation violation matters submitted as term 1 violations given the new case, sir. So term 1 of probation is still commit new crimes while on probation. Here we have a new submittal. So on the new case, there's 1 count alleged of possession of drug paraphernalia. I wasn't given enough information to make probable cause for possession of drug paraphernalia based on the limited information I was provided in the arrest narrative. So for today's purposes, that means I'm going to release you on this matter. What it doesn't mean is that the prosecution still couldn't go forward if the prosecuting agency had enough evidence to get a conviction against you at trial. Okay, so you still have to go to court. I'm going to appoint the public defender's office for you on all 3 of your cases. On your newest case, you have 2 court dates coming up that you have to go to. That's July the 31st and August the 4th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. On your probation violation matters, you have court on July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. Again, that's downtown Superior Court complex. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, sir.
Based on your promise. So I'm ordering that you be released on your newest matter, on your probation violation matters based on your promise to appear. It's ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, again, a warrant will issue for your arrest. As you are released on the probation violation matters, you must follow mandatory release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Contact probation within 72 hours of being released. You'll receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Number 30 on the calendar, Martin Maxim to the podium, please. Number 26 on the calendar, Ted Cord to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Maxim. Please tell me your name, date of birth.
Good evening, Maxim George Martin, 5/11/1999.
Thank you. We are here today on a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. There's 1 charge alleged of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. I have determined probable cause, and I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm also setting court dates for July the 31st and August the 4th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Do you promise to appear?
Yes.
Based on your promise to appear, it's ordered releasing you to the supervision of the Pretrial Services Agency. You're going to contact them within 72 hours of being released. They're going to try and keep you on track with A, attending your court dates, and B, complying with your additional release conditions, which include mandatory drug testing and monitoring, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing. Any questions?
No.
All right, thank you, sir. Oh, you may step to your left. Thank you. Number 26 on the calendar, Ted Core to the podium, please. Number 33 on the calendar, Daniel Yard to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Core. Please tell me your name, date of birth.
Ted Core, November 19th, 1967.
Thank you. We're here today on a warrant out of Youngtown Municipal Court. This is a failure to pay warrant. Looks like
It's from
you may be in
2022.
arrears on fines and fees. This is from a case, suspended license case from 2017. Just a moment, sir. Given the nature of the allegations, I'm not appointing counsel. You may hire counsel at your own expense if you wish to do so. I'm setting an arraignment hearing at the Youngtown Municipal Court for August the 6th of 2026 at 9 a.m.
Yes,
Do you promise to appear?
Yes, sir.
Based on your promise to appear, it's ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest. As you are released, you must follow mandatory release conditions, including no drugs without a valid prescription, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be in writing and provided to you, sir. Any questions?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. I didn't pay the fine because I'm SMI. I'm homely. I get food stamps. I have no income. I've talked to the judge out there in Youngtown several times. I've gone out and I've asked him to make the payments or let me do we call it home or work with the community. He won't allow me to do it. If you be an SMI, I got my case managers I got to deal with, and they're the ones that tell me what I can do and what I can't do. I don't know what to do. I was sitting like yesterday at my house. The officers came. They arrested me when I was at my house, and I've been in that residence for a couple of years. I've done nothing. If you see, and this is the first allegation I've had since 22 in the entire case. I don't get into trouble.
Thank
But
you,
I don't
sir.
understand it.
And I can't speak for the justice court, sir.
Yeah.
What I will just generally say as a matter of general wisdom is it is better to try and pay something than nothing. I can't speak to your individual circumstances or the justice court's interpretation of what fines and fees may or may not be appropriate or what payment plan may or may not be appropriate. That's really going to be an issue to take up with the justice court, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, anything further?
No, thank you.
Thank you very much. Number 33 on the calendar, Daniel Yard, to the podium, please. And after this case, we'll clear gallery. Mr. Yard, good evening. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Daniel Lee Yard, 05/26/2005.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 3 counts alleged. The first 2, possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony. The third, possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I have determined probable cause, and I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you. I'm also setting court dates for July the 31st and August the 4th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Do you promise to appear?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Based on your promise to appear, it's ordered releasing you on your own recognizance. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest. As you are released, you must follow mandatory release conditions, including no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing, sir. Any questions?
With marijuana, I have really bad sleep apnea, and I can't sleep at night unless I smoke. Am I allowed to still smoke marijuana or no?
Please talk to counsel about their release conditions. All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. No further questions.
All right. You may step to your left, sir. Thank you. We will clear the gallery.
Your Honor, real quick.
Yes.
What are we doing with McKinley Britt?
Oh, that's right. We need to get back to Mr. Britt. Mr. Britt, come on down. We'll reprint this. Thank you for your patience, Mr. Britt. So we are recalling number 6 on our calendar, McKinley Britt. Mr. Britt, for the record, please restate your name and date of birth.
McKinley Britt, 2/20/1963.
Thank you. And again, this was a new case from Buckeye Municipal Court. Having previously found probable cause for interference with judicial proceedings, the court had been inclined to set bail at $500. On further review of the Form 4 and criminal history, along with pretrial services recommendation that bond is appropriate, I still do believe that bail is appropriate, but I'll set bail at $250. That's a secured appearance bond. And I'll affirm the other release conditions previously set. That'll be provided to you, sir. Any further questions?
So I have to pay $250 to get released. I don't have anything.
It's a secured appearance bond, sir. So if you wish to work with a bail bonding agency, you may do so. I take no position on whether or not you should.
I don't know how to do that. I don't have no information. I can't even get in touch. The only person I get in touch with my mom. My mom's like 83 years old. I've been helping her, taking care of her So,
Well,
If I
I
have
can't
to go
speak
to court,
to,
if I
I
have to
can't
go to
speak to
court.
personal connections, sir, but the sheriff's office does keep a list of bail bonding agencies. If you decide you wish to work with any of those, sir. So please do talk to your detention officer if you wish to access a list of bail bonding agencies, okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right, we'll get the release conditions printed out for you. Thank you, sir. All right, and thank you, officer. We'll go ahead and clear the gallery once we're all done here.
There's one bit.
Thanks for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah, no problem.
All set?
Yes, sir.
We'll call number 17 on the calendar, Julie English, to the podium, please. Number 29 on the calendar, Ho Choi, to the chair, please. And good evening, Ms. English. Please tell me your name and your date of birth.
Julie English, July 1st, 2006.
Thank you very much. We are here today on a new case from the Maricopa County Superior Court. There are 4 charges alleged. The first, child abuse, a Class 6 felony. The second, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, a Class 1 misdemeanor. There's 1 count alleged of minor in possession of alcohol, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of minor under 21 with liquor, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I have determined probable cause, and I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. That's at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, ma'am, you are eligible for bail, so I'm setting your bail at $2,500. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, ma'am, you'll be released, subject to release conditions, including pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. So as you post bail, you're going to have to get into contact with them within 72 hours of being released. They're going to try and keep you on track with attending your court dates and complying with your release conditions, which include no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing, ma'am. Do you have any questions for me, ma'am?
So I can't leave this. I paid $2,000.
$2,500. That is a secured appearance bond. So what that means is that it often involves, if you work with a bail bonding agency, I take no position on whether or not you should, it involves often going a portion of the bail yourself and the other portion being gone by a bail bondsman with adequate security. So that enables that kind of arrangement for the purpose of bail. Do you have any further questions for me, ma'am? All right, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Number 29 on the calendar, Ho Choi, to the podium, please. And good evening, Mr. Choi. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Oil Choi, November 30, 1989.
Thank you very much. Sir, we are here today on a grand jury warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has found probable cause to accuse you of 1 count of failure to register as a sex offender, a Class 4 felony. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting an arraignment hearing for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. That's at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, sir, you are eligible for bail. I'm setting your bail in the amount already set in the grand jury warrant. That is $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency and mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. Additionally, if you are released, you do not possess weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. You'll receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Do you have any questions?
No.
Thank you very much. You may step to your left. We'll now proceed with our house call matters. Number 12 on the calendar, Thomas Coronado, date of birth 2/1/1985. Mr. Coronado is not present in the courtroom. The note from the sheriff's office was that Mr. Coronado was unable to function. We'll proceed with the initial appearance for a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. There's one count alleged of burglary in the 3rd degree, a class 4 felony. I have determined probable cause and I'm appointing the public defender's office. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex, and setting bail at $1,000 with pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency, and other release conditions that will be provided in writing to Mr. Coronado during a cell side initial appearance that will take place immediately after the close of the 5:00 p.m. calendar. If there are any changes to these release orders, they'll be reflected on the written orders, not on the audiovisual feed here. That will adjourn number 12 on the calendar, Thomas Coronado. Moving now to number 28 on the calendar, Viridiana Valle, date of birth 8/15/1995. Ms. Valle is not present in the courtroom. The note from the sheriff's office was that Ms. Valle was disruptive. That's why she's not here. We'll proceed in absentia for the time being with an arrest warrant on a direct complaint out of the Maricopa County Superior Court on 2 charges. The first, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. The second, possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony, on or about March the 29th of 2026. I am appointing the public defender's office, setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex, and setting bail at $400. That is a secured appearance bond with mandatory pretrial supervision and drug testing and monitoring with other release conditions that would be provided to Ms. Valle in writing during a cell side initial appearance that will take place immediately after the close of the 5:00 p.m. calendar. If there are any changes in these release orders, they'll be reflected on the written orders, not on the audio visual feed here. That will adjourn number 28, Viridiana Valle. That also brings us to the end of the 5:00 p.m. initial appearance calendar, July the 17th of 2026. You will stand in recess. This is the 8 o'clock p.m. initial appearance calendar for July the 17th of 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar date of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will now read the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present in court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, excuse me, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing your loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today for an initial appearance calendar. What that means is that you're going to hear a little bit more about the allegations against you, whether or not you've been appointed counsel, your next court dates, and your release conditions. As I call you forward, please approach the podium that is in the center of the courtroom here. If you are next, please sit in the chair that is next to the front door of the gallery. We'll begin with number 24 on our calendar, Raul Valenzuela, to the podium, please. Numbers 10 and 11 on the calendar, James Green, to the chair, please. Good evening, Mr. Valenzuela.
Good evening,
Tell
sir.
me your name and date of birth.
Raul Angel Valenzuela Jr., 7/11/93.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on a grand jury warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has found probable cause to hand down an indictment accusing you of one count of trafficking in stolen property in the second degree, a Class 3 felony, and one count of organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony, both alleged on or about March the 18th of 2026. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 for an arraignment at 8:30 a.m. and an evidentiary hearing at 1:30 p.m. Sir, because there is an allegation that a felony offense was committed while out on felony release for a prior felony offense, I'm unable to admit you to bail at this point. So I'm going to order that you be held without bail pending your evidentiary hearing on the 24th, sir. Any questions?
No, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Numbers 10 and 11 on the counter, James Green, to the podium, please. Numbers 26, 27, 28, 29 on the calendar, Derek Loyacono, to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Green. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
James Green, March 7th, 1967.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on two bench warrants from Maricopa County Superior Court. This is on failure to appear. The date of the warrant on both cases, I believe, is, yes, it's May the 19th of 2026. I'm going to affirm the appointment of existing counsel, set as court date for July the 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm affirming the release conditions already set in both warrants. As to your first warrant, that's a $50 cash-only appearance bond. As to the second matter, because this is a post-conviction matter, I'm ordering that you be held without bail pursuant to Arizona Rule of Criminal Procedure 7.2. Do you have any questions? Thank you very much. Please step to your left. Numbers 26, 27, 28, 29 on the calendar. Derek Loyacono, to the podium, please. Number 25 on the calendar, Adrian Cervantes, to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Hands out of the sleeve, sir. All right. Mr. Loyacono, please tell me your name and date of birth for the record.
Derek John Loyacono, 2/16/82.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on 4 cases. The first is a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. The other 3 are all probation violation warrants out of Maricopa County Superior Court based on petitions to revoke your probation. On the newest case, there are 3 charges alleged. There are 2 counts alleged of possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. There's 1 count alleged of possession of dangerous drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. For the second count of narcotic drugs for sale, I was not given enough information to make probable cause for that singular count. So that means that it didn't factor into my determination of release conditions on this single case for tonight's purposes. What it doesn't mean is that the prosecution still couldn't go forward on that count in the event that the prosecuting agency thought it had enough evidence to get a conviction against you. Often in these drug cases, it comes down to a matter of substance identification testing, really. In any event, I did find probable cause as to the other two counts, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you on all 4 of your cases. You have court dates coming up on July the 23rd, 24th, and 27th of 2026. On your newest case, under the Arizona Constitution, you're eligible for bail, so I'm setting your bail on that matter at $10,000, which is a secured appearance bond. With other release conditions you'll receive in writing. As to the probation violation matters, I'm ordering that you be held without bail pursuant to Arizona Rule of Criminal Procedure 7.2C. Any questions, sir? Thank you very much. Please step to your left. Number 25 on the calendar, Adrian Cervantes, to the podium, please. Number 7 on the calendar, Brandy Griffith, to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Cervantes. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Adrian Cervantes, 11/23/77.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a grand jury warrant out of Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has found probable cause to hand down an indictment accusing you of 2 counts of aggravated DUI, a class 4 felony alleged on or about October the 15th of 2025. I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you, setting an arraignment date for July the 24th of 2026. That's at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, on this case, you're eligible for bail, setting your bail at $100,000. That is a cash-only appearance bond. With alcohol testing and monitoring and pretrial supervision, you'll receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
No. Hey, yeah, I do have a question.
Sure.
I'm going to court, so like, they'll just run this together with my other charges, right?
You mean in terms of calendaring?
Yeah, and get the courts together because I'm already going to court for something else. They'll just end up putting everything together, no?
You'll have other calendar dates on the other cases, so talk to counsel about whether or not you want to align dates so this can all run together on the same calendaring order.
Yeah.
So that's going to be probably a motion for a further date.
All right.
All right, thank you. Number 7 on the calendar, Brandy Griffith, to the podium, please. Number 17 on the calendar, Angela Weaver, to the chair, please. And good evening, Ms. Griffith. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Brandy Griffith, 12/3/1980.
Thank you. We are here today on a grand jury warrant matter out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has found probable cause to hand down an indictment accusing you of 1 count of theft, a class 2 felony, 1 count of fraud schemes, a class 2 felony, both alleged on or about January the 1st of 2020. I am appointing the public defender's office to represent you and setting an arraignment date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, you are eligible for bail. I'm going to affirm the bond amount already set in the grand jury warrant. That is $100,000. That is a cash-only appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Other release conditions will be in writing and provided to you. Do you have any questions?
No, so if I can't make the bond, then I have to stay in jail until when?
At least until your next court date or until another judge either modifies your bail or until your next court date, ma'am.
Okay, so I have another question. So, these charges, I was charged with these same charges in December through Scottsdale, and they released me on pretrial services with ankle monitor, and then nothing was ever filed, and now these are being filed again in Maricopa County.
Understood, ma'am. That's a question for counsel.
Okay, so I won't be able to get out on OR with ankle monitor.
I'm ordering that you be held on bail as this matter.
Okay,
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Number 17 on the calendar, Angela Weaver, to the podium, please. Number 9 on the calendar, Brian Callenber, to the chair, please. Good evening, Ms. Weaver. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Angela Weaver, 12/9/75.
Thank you. We're here today on a grand jury warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has found probable cause to hand down an indictment accusing you of 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, a class 4 felony, alleged on or about July the 25th of 2024. Can we have some order in the gallery, please? Thank you. I apologize, ma'am. So, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you and affirm the court date, the arraignment date, I should say, on July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I am also affirming the bond amount already set in the warrant. That is $5,000. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including mandatory pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency. Additionally, if you are released, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Other release conditions will be in writing that you'll receive. Any questions?
Yeah, you're saying that I'm gonna be held until the 24th. Is that what you're saying?
If you
I'm
post,
trying to understand what you're saying.
I've set bail at $5,000.
Yes.
So if you post bail, you'll be released subject to the release conditions. If you do not post bail, you'll be held in custody pending your court dates. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. You may step to your left. Number 9 on the calendar, Brian Callenber to the podium, please. Number 5 on the calendar, Jeffrey Yeeke to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Callenber. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Brian Scott Callenber, 6/14/82.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a Justice Court warrant from West Mesa Justice Court. This is a bench warrant that was issued July the 9th of 2026 on a failure to appear. This is a DUI case. I'm going to order that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is an arraignment at West Mesa Justice Court on July the 22nd of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm setting your bail at $1,000, which is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be in writing that you'll receive, sir.
So this case right here cost me the bond that I was already out on. So when I was in jail in La Paz County, I missed my payment when I was in jail, and then I didn't get my message on my phone until after I was released out on bond. So I missed my bond in La Paz County, my bond right here in Maricopa, which and then so I wasn't even notified or anything. I was in jail when I was supposed to make my payment for this case.
This is on a failure to appear, if memory serves.
Yeah, failure to appear because I didn't get the court date until after I was released on bond from La Paz County.
That will be a matter to take up with the Justice Court, sir.
Okay, so will I get my bonds back?
Again, that's a matter to take up with the Justice Court, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Number 5 on the calendar, Jeffrey Yeeke to the podium, please. Numbers 12 and 13 on the calendar, Rafael Rodriguez to the chair, please. Good evening, Mr. Yeeke. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jeffrey Carl Yeakey, 10/11/60.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a bench warrant matter from Maricopa County Superior Court. This is on a warrant issued May the 27th of 2026 on a failure to appear. This is a dangerous drug and drug paraphernalia case. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a status conference on July the 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. Again, your status conference is July the 27th of 2026, 8:30 a.m. Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond amount already set in the warrant. That's $750. If you post bail, you'll be released. That's a secured appearance bond. If you are released, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Don't drive without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be in writing and provided to you, sir. Do you have any questions?
Just when you're, I was wondering, would I be able to have some time to take care of some affairs? Because I'm right in the middle of selling a house and getting situated in someplace else. And this was due to no fault of my own that I have to sell my house.
Thank you, sir. I'm not inclined to reduce the bond or otherwise release you on your own recognizance at this point. If you want to seek review of these release conditions, you may do so by motion. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Number 12 and 13 on the calendar, Rafael Rodriguez to the podium, please. Number 6 on the calendar, David Katzentones to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Rodriguez. Can you tell me your name and date of birth?
Rafael Rodriguez Jr., 9/19/1989.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on 2 cases. The first is a Justice Court warrant from Ironwood Justice Court. The second is a bench warrant on a failure to appear from Maricopa County Superior Court. The date of the warrant on the Superior Court matter is October the 13th of 2025, again, on a failure to appear on a paraphernalia case. On the Justice Court matter, this is a failure to pay based on an earlier failure to appear on December the 9th of 2025 in order to show cause hearing. I'm ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing on the Justice Court matter. The next hearing on that matter is an arraignment at Ironwood Justice Court on July the 22nd of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. I am affirming the appointment of existing counsel on your Maricopa County matter and setting a court date, I should say, for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm also affirming the bond amounts already set in both warrants. On your Superior Court case, $500. On your Justice Court matter, $115 for a grand total of $615. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, contact probation within 72 hours of being released. You'll get other release conditions in writing, sir. Any questions?
Yeah, was that secure or?
Yes.
So that's 10%?
So the exact proportion, if you're going to work with the bail bonding agency, you'll work that out with them.
Okay. But it's not all cash, right?
It's not a cash only bond, it's secured appearance, yes.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you, sir. Number 6 on the calendar, David Katzentones to the podium, please. Number 8 on the calendar, Tyler Chapman to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Katzentones.
Yes, sir.
Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Pardon me, David Katzentones, January 970. Can I say a few things, please?
Just a moment, sir.
Okay.
So I just want to say this is a Justice Court warrant out of Santan Justice Court. This is an initial arrest warrant from
Arrest warrant?
July the 16th of 2026 on an assault case. There's one count alleged of assault, a class 2 misdemeanor. I'm going to order that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is an arraignment on July the 22nd of 2026, 8:30 a.m. at Santan Justice Court. What was your question, sir?
Can I keep my original dates, the 21st and the 23rd?
If you wish to modify the court scheduling order, that'll be by motion to the Justice Court, sir. So I'm going to affirm that court date and set bail at $680. That's the amount already set in the warrant. That's a secured appearance bond, sir. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no return to the scene of the alleged crime, no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. You'll receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Any further questions?
Yes. So you said $680, my
680, yes.
Okay, I really appreciate that from what it was. I just want to say that what happens if I don't have a place to live? I've moved here from Illinois, and I'm currently engaged to my fiance, and I'd really like to go back home if possible. Is there any way that?
Given the nature of the allegations, sir, and granted, this is on my review of an initial arrest warrant based solely on the nature of the charge on this case. Based on my review of that, I would imagine that this is out of an abundance of caution to keep yourself and the alleged victim separate until such a time as either the case concludes or the Justice Court believes that it is appropriate to otherwise modify your release conditions. So this is out of some measure of deference to the Justice Court that I'm setting these release conditions. If you want to seek review or modification, especially of the no contact orders, assuming there's no other order of protection around, please do talk to the Justice Court, sir.
So if I post the $680 like tomorrow, I can get out?
If you post bail, you'll be released subject to your release conditions. If you do not post bail, you'll be held in custody pending your court date, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Number 8 on the calendar, Tyler Chapman to the podium, please. Number 22 on the calendar, Jennifer Ruiz to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Chapman. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Tyler Lee Chapman, 32787.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on a Justice Court warrant from North Mesa Justice Court. This is on a failure to pay warrant stemming from a failure to appear on July 13th of 2026 on an order to show cause. The date of the warrant is July the 13th of 2026. This is on an assault case from 6/21/25. I am, given the nature of the allegations, I'm not appointing counsel. You may hire counsel at your own expense if you wish to do so.
Okay.
I'm setting an arraignment hearing at North Mesa Justice Court on July the 22nd of 2026 at 1 p.m. I'm also affirming the bond amount already set in the warrant. That's $500. That is a secured appearance bond.
Okay.
So if you post bail, sir, you'd be released subject to release conditions, including no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be provided in writing, sir. Any questions?
Yeah, I just want it noted with the court that I contacted North Mesa Justice Court before July 1st when I was due to self-surrender into Maricopa County and let them know that I would be going to jail and stuff, so I'm not really sure why they issued the warrant.
This is on a, if I'm
Yeah, I just let them
going
know.
back to the case card, if this helps at all. This is, it was an order to show cause on a, I'm assuming based on the notation, a fines and fees issue.
Yeah, I was just paying my fine, so I notified them that I'd be incarcerated for 90 days.
So this is an arrears issue, it appears. The failure to appear on that was 6/30 of 26. And then the warrant stemming from that was issued on July the 13th, sir.
Okay, okay.
All right.
All right, thank you, Your
Any
Honor.
further questions? All right, thank you,
No,
sir.
that's it,
Thank you, thank you.
May I ask one question?
Sir, your matter is concluded. Thank you very much. Number 22 on the calendar, Jennifer Ruiz to the podium, please. Numbers 3 and 4 on the calendar, Jennifer Napton to the chair, please. And good evening, Ms. Ruiz. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Jennifer Juarez Ruiz, 1293.
Thank you very much. We are here today on a probation violation warrant out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. The Adult Probation Department has filed a petition to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of probation. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I am affirming the bond amount already set in the warrant, which is $350. That is a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving, no driving without a valid driver's license. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing. Do you have any questions?
No,
Thank you very much.
thank you.
Number 3 and 4 on the calendar, Jennifer Napton to the podium, please. Number 30 on the calendar, Jerry Ayers White to the chair, please. And good evening, Ms. Napton. Please
Hi.
tell me your name and date of birth.
Jennifer Napton, 82876.
Thank you very much. We are here today on 2 cases out of the Maricopa County Superior Court. These are probation violation warrants. The Adult Probation Department has filed petitions to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3, 4, 5, 7, and 15 of probation. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I am also affirming the bond amounts already set in both warrants. That's $150 apiece for a grand total of $300. That's a secured appearance bond. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Contact your probation officer within 72 hours of being released. You'll be provided other release conditions in writing. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm being released then, right?
If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions. If you do not
Okay.
post bail, you remain in custody pending your court dates.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Number 30 on the calendar, Jerry Ayers White to the podium, please. And numbers 1 and 2 on the calendar, Nelly Muteba to the chair, please. And good evening, Mr. Ayers White. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
01 Ayers White, 11/24/81.
Thank you. We're here today on a municipal court warrant from Surprise Municipal Court. This is on a post-adjudication warrant, what appears could be possibly a probation violation warrant. I am ordering that counsel be appointed to represent you at the next hearing, which is an arraignment on July the 21st of 2026 at 1:30 p.m. at Surprise Municipal Court. I am affirming the bond amount already set in the warrant. That's $75. That's cash only. If you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, must obey the terms of any order of protection or injunction against harassment that is currently issued or to be issued and served upon you. You'll receive other release conditions in writing, sir. Do you have any questions? Thank you, sir. You may step to your left. Numbers 1 and 2 on the calendar. Nelly Mutiba to the podium, please. And numbers 20 and 21 on the calendar. Sammy Dixon to the chair, please. And good evening, Ms. Mutiba. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
And this is in 1986, February 12th.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
1986, February 12th.
Okay. And your name again, please.
Nelly Mutiba.
Thank you. We are here today on 2 cases. The first is a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. Second is a probation violation warrant from also Maricopa County Superior Court. And I should correct myself. Your first case is actually from the El Centro Justice Court. Okay. On the newest case from El Centro Justice Court, there's 1 count alleged of public nuisance, a class 2 misdemeanor. I'm not appointing counsel given the nature of the charge, and I was not given enough information to determine probable cause for this singular charge of public nuisance. So what that means is that for tonight's purposes, on that 1 case out of the El Centro Justice Court, I'm going to order that you be released on that matter. Your next court date is an arraignment on August the 6th of 2026 at 9:30 in the morning at El Centro Justice Court on that matter, because you still do have to go to the court because the prosecuting agency could still try to take you to trial and get a conviction if it thought there was enough evidence. If you fail to appear for a court date, a warrant will issue for your arrest on that matter. The second case, again, is the Superior Court probation violation matter, where the Adult Probation Department has filed a petition to revoke your probation, alleging that you have violated terms 3 and 5 of probation. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent you and setting your court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm also affirming the bond already set in the probation violation warrant, which is $100. So if you post bail, you'll be released subject to release conditions, including no victim contact, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol, no driving without a valid driver's license. Other release conditions will be in writing that you'll receive. Any questions?
No questions.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Numbers 20 and 21 on the calendar. Sammy Dixon to the podium, please. Good evening, Mr. Dixon. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Sammy Dixon, 6/1/67.
Thank you, sir. We're here today on 2 cases. These are both bond surrenders. I'm going to affirm the appointment of your existing counsel and set court dates for a court date, I should say, for July the 27th of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. at the downtown Superior Court complex. I'm reinstating the release conditions previously ordered on your first probation violation matter, setting bail at $2,000 with pretrial supervision and electronic monitoring. On the second matter, $250 with pretrial supervision with drug testing and monitoring, and other release conditions that you will receive in writing. Chief among them, contact probation within 72 hours of being released. Any questions, sir?
No.
All right, thank you very much. You may step to your left. We'll clear the gallery. Sure. While we're doing that, let's do some house call matters. Moving to 18 and 19 on the calendar, Darren Henley, date of birth 2/20/1972. This is a house call matter. Mr. Henley is not here present in the courtroom. The note from the sheriff's office was that Mr. Henley was unable to function. We'll proceed in absentia for the time being with 2 matters. One is a new case out of Maricopa County Superior Court. The second is a bench warrant matter also out of Maricopa County Superior Court. As to the new matter, there are 2 counts alleged. The first, possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felony. Second, criminal trespass, 3rd degree, a class 3 misdemeanor. I have determined probable cause, and I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office on both cases. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd, 24th, and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 a.m. On the 24th, that's at 1:30 p.m. On the probation violation matter, I am setting bail at $500 on the new case because there is an allegation that Mr. Henley was out on felony release. I'm unable to admit him to bail. Therefore, I'm ordering that he be held without bail on that matter pending the evidentiary hearing on the 24th. Other release conditions will be provided to Mr. Henley during a cell site initial appearance that will take place immediately after the close of the 8 o'clock p.m. initial appearance calendar. If there are any changes to the release orders, they'll be on the written orders, not on the audio visual feed here. That will adjourn numbers 18 and 19 on the calendar. Darren Henley. All set. Moving to number 23 on the calendar, Misael Valdez, I should say, to the podium, please. And good evening, Mr. Valdez. Please tell me your name and date of birth.
Misael Valdez, 1/16/97.
Thank you, sir. We are here today on a grand jury warrant from the Maricopa County Superior Court. That means that a grand jury has found probable cause to hand down an indictment accusing you of one count of failure to register as a sex offender, a class 4 felony on or about May the 19th of 2026. I am appointing the Public Defender's Office and setting an arraignment date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. Under the Arizona Constitution, you are eligible for bail. Therefore, I'm setting bail in the amount of $2,000. That is a cash-only appearance bond. If you post bail, I'm going to order pretrial supervision through the Pretrial Services Agency with mandatory electronic monitoring to be installed before you are released. If you are released, no weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. Other release conditions will be provided to you in writing. Any questions, sir?
So I know I have this new case going on. I had another court case going on some other violations as well. Are they going to be ran concurrent?
As to sentencing, sir, that's going to be a conversation for counsel. All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. We'll move to the remainder of our House call matters, numbers 14 and 15 on the calendar. Amanda Escobedo, date of birth 7/9/82. Ms. Escobedo is not present in the courtroom. The note from the sheriff's office was that she was unable to function. We'll proceed in absentia for the time being on both matters. The first being a new case from Maricopa County Superior Court. The second being a Justice Court warrant from Moon Valley Justice Court. On the new matter, there are 3 counts alleged. The first, possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felony. The second, possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. Third, criminal damage, a class 2 misdemeanor. I have determined probable cause and I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office. I'm also setting court dates for July the 23rd and 27th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I'm also setting bond of the Superior Court matter at $1,000. That is a secured appearance bond with other release conditions that will be in writing. On the Justice Court matter, I am ordering that counsel be appointed at the next hearing, which is at the Moon Valley Justice Court on July the 22nd of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning. I'm also affirming the bond amount set in the warrant at $500 secured appearance, again with other release conditions that will be provided to Ms. Escobedo during the cell site initial appearance that will take place immediately after the close of the 8 o'clock calendar. If there are any changes, they'll be in the written orders, not on the audio visual feed here. That will adjourn numbers 14 and 15 on the calendar. Amanda Escobedo. Moving now to number 16 on the calendar, Theta Sangster, date of birth 12/14/87. Ms. Sangster is not present in the courtroom. The note from the sheriff's office was that Ms. Sangster was unable to function. That's why she's not here. So we'll proceed at absentia with the initial appearance for the time being on a probation violation warrant from Maricopa County Superior Court. This is a page 2. I'm appointing the Public Defender's Office and setting a court date for July the 24th of 2026 at 8:30 in the morning at the Downtown Superior Court Complex. I'm setting bail at $500 with other release conditions that will be provided to Ms. Sangster during the cell site initial appearance that will take place immediately after the close of the 8 o'clock p.m. calendar. If there are any changes to these written orders, they'll be reflected on the written orders, not on the audio visual feed here. That will adjourn number 16, I should say, on the calendar, Theta Sangster. That also brings us to the end of the 8 o'clock p.m. initial appearance calendar for July the 17th of 2026. We will stand in recess.
All right.
Thank you, may be seated. All right, good evening. My name is Commissioner Elizabeth Campbell, and this is the 11 p.m. initial appearance calendar for July 17th of 2026. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. Persons appearing before this court are reminded that they have the right to remain silent and that anything they say could be used against them. Most of you have qualified for a court-appointed attorney. If you have not qualified for a court-appointed attorney, or even if you have, you may retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I will be calling you up individually. When your name is called, please proceed to the podium. At the conclusion of your matter, officers will have paperwork for you. That paperwork will contain my complete orders in your case. During your initial appearance hearing, I may go over certain of your release conditions, but full release conditions will be in your paperwork, and it is your responsibility to review those release conditions and to comply with them. Now, your your paperwork will also contain the dates, times, and locations of your future hearings. I now need to read a victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. All right, we are going to go ahead and start this evening with Tristan Clinenden and then Tessa Litt.
Tristan here first. Sit down. Sit down. You're going to
Hello, Miss.
Hey. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Tristan Clendenin, July 29, 2001.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest based upon your failure to appear in your matter involving possession or use of narcotic drugs and possession or use of drug paraphernalia.
Yes, ma'am. Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry about that. I missed court, miss, because I was already in custody. I was already in jail. That's the reason why I missed it. I just got out. I was in court civic.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why I missed it. And then you know what I mean? Like I couldn't go to court because I was already in jail. I just got out. So
I am hearing what you're saying. Give me just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
When were you released?
The 13th, and I didn't think they're going to release me with the felony warrants. So I didn't know I had any warrants. They didn't know and advise me of that. You know, I think I'd be able to get released with the felony warrant. You know what I mean? So I was only out for like 3 days. And what I was. Sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you.
No, you are. Give me just a second.
Okay. May I say one more thing, miss?
Yes.
I was gonna just see if it would be okay with you, cause I don't know if this, cause like the paraphernalia and stuff like that charges, they fit under community supervision. I don't know if possession does too, but it's like involves like drugs and homeless stuff still. I was gonna see if it would be okay with you if I can get this, cause I have a community supervision court date coming up on July 29th. Like on my birthday, but I have a court for the community supervision. I was going to see if maybe this could be fitted in with that, so I can, you know what I mean? So I could try to do that with the community supervision, Cause I'm like, and that, you know what I mean? So cause I didn't really know I couldn't go to my court date and anything like that. I just got out. So, you know what I mean? So but I'd really rather do that. So then like I can try to go to like a treatment place or something, Cause like, I don't want to keep on, I didn't mean to miss this. I'm not trying to mess up no more. You know what I mean? I just got out.
Okay. All right. Just a second.
Yeah, if you could maybe put this in, of course, community supervision, I'd be really grateful.
Right, and you were released on the 13th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what time on the 13th were you released?
I'm not,
In the morning, in the afternoon?
I think around like 10, man. I think 10, maybe. I'm not too sure. Like around like 10 to 10:30. It's like, cause like they take you, they release you, but they bring you to the holding cell, and then you have to wait there still. So I'm not, like whenever I got out, like released, like they brought me to the own school, the other jail. It was like around 10:30, I believe. Yeah, and they said the warrant's been issued a week, and I was like, that's I was like, how's that even? I haven't even been out a week yet. So this is all like frustrating. You know what I mean? Like I just got out. I don't want to go back already. Like I didn't do nothing. You know what I mean? I didn't even give a chance yet.
When did you go into custody?
The 3rd. I was on my way to court when they arrested me. Or to one of my courts when they arrested me.
All right, let's go ahead and do this. All right, sir. Give me just a second. All right, so I am seeing you on this failure to appear warrant. It's your matter in the Maricopa County Superior Court involving possession or use of narcotic drugs and possession or use of drug paraphernalia.
Yeah.
In this matter,
That's from last year.
the court should already have made a determination about whether or not you are entitled to have an attorney to represent you. I am setting a status conference on July 31st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 4th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Wait, where's that at, miss? I'm sorry.
It's in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. The address will be in your paperwork.
Okay, sorry about that.
Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then based on your promise to appear, I'm going to go ahead and release you in this matter to the supervision of pretrial services.
Thank you.
Pretrial services will do things like remind you of your upcoming hearing dates.
Okay.
Now, you do need to go to those hearing dates, because if you
31st?
don't, a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
when you were released in this matter in June from initial appearance court, you were put on pretrial supervision at that point. I'm giving you another chance to make that work, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step
Thank
left.
you, Mrs. Thank you, because I just got out. I don't want to just do this
Go
all
ahead.
over again. Thank you.
I'm released.
To pretrial supervision, it's the same type of release as you had in June, okay? So you're gonna have to talk to officers.
I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Tessa Litt, please. And then Tony Shivers.
Right there.
All right, Ms. Litt, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Tessa Litt, July 16, 1990.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, you are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued warrants for your arrest based upon allegations that you violated terms 1, 3, and 5 of your probations in your cases CR 2023-135037 and CR 2023-133447. 1. In both of those cases, I am appointing you an attorney, and in both of those cases, I am setting hearings on July 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In both of those cases, I'm also setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 in each case. So that is a total combined in secured appearance bonds in the amount of $500. In the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. You'd also need to go to those hearings on the 24th. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork for you.
Thank you.
Tony Shivers, please, and then Brent Little. All right, Mr. Shivers, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Tony Shivers, 9/15/98.
Thank you. All right, so you are here on a Superior Court new case and a probation matter. So let's go ahead and talk about your new case first. All right, you were arrested earlier today on charges of possession or use of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, and possession or use of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for both of those. I am, in your new matter, am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting a status conference on July 23rd at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on July 27th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $50. Now, you are also here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest based upon allegations that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. In your case, CR 2025-145460. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on July 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Also setting a secured appearance bond in that matter in the amount of $350. In the event you are able to post your bond and secure your release, I am reminding you, you are on probation, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. You'd also need to go to those hearings on your new case on July 23rd and 27th, and in your probation matter on July 24th. If you are still in custody, you will be transported. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Brent Little, please, and then Domingo Carrasco. All right, Mr. Little, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Brent Keith Little, 7/9/66.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest based upon allegations that you violated your probation in your case, CR 2023-136303. In that matter, I am appointing, and I'm sorry, based upon allegations, you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation in that matter. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on July 24th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Also setting a secured appearance bond in this matter in the amount of $250. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you do need to go to those hearings on the 24th. You also need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours of your release. If you are still in custody on the 24th, you will be transported.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork.
Thank you.
All right, Domingo Carrasco, please, and then Jaden Mondragon. All right, Mr. Carrasco, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Domingo Carrasco Jr., 05/10/1996.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here because Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest in a direct complaint matter. That direct complaint alleges that on or about March 17th of 25, you committed the offense of 2 counts of aggravated aggravated DUI while your license was suspended or revoked, class 4 felonies. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting a status conference on July 31st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 4th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then based on your promise to appear, I'm going to go ahead and release you this evening to the supervision of pretrial services. Pretrial services will do things like remind you of your upcoming hearing dates In your case, they're also going to do alcohol and drug testing. You're not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription and no alcohol. You're also not to drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All right, full release conditions as well as your future hearing dates and times will be in your paperwork. If you go ahead, step to left, officer has them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Jaden Mondragon, please, and then Melissa Padilla. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Jaden Mondragon, July 14, 2008.
Thank you. All right, sir. You are here on a Superior Court new case. You were arrested on charges of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, a Class 4 felony, and possession of a prohibited weapon, a Class 4 felony, and criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. Based upon the information that you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent for purposes of appointing you an attorney. So I'm not appointing you an attorney this morning. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting a status conference on July 31st at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on August 4th at 8:30. Both of those will be in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yes, I will.
Okay, then based on your promise to appear, I'm going to go ahead and release you this morning to the supervision of pretrial services. Pretrial services will do things like remind you of your upcoming hearing dates. I am reminding you, you are not to possess any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You're not to consume any drugs without a valid prescription and no alcohol. Full release conditions will be in your paperwork. If you go ahead, step to the left, officer has those for you.
Appreciate you.
Melissa Padilla, please, and then Jacob Butler. All right, Ms. Padilla, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Melissa Padilla, 9/13/82.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, you are here on a municipal court new case. You were arrested earlier today on charges of disorderly conduct, fighting a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for that. Due to the nature of that charge, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney for you this evening. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the Peoria Municipal Court on August 4th at 9 a.m. Will you go to that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then based upon your promise to appear, I'm going to go ahead and release you this morning on your own recognizance. You're not to have any contact with any alleged victim. You may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are an owner or renter of the residence. If you currently reside with any alleged victim, you must find an alternative residence. All right, now, in this case, just for clarity, the alleged victim is the person that you were in the car with, okay?
Okay.
All right. And I believe based upon the Form 4 and the victim statement, which I also reviewed, that you are roommates with the alleged victim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was touching me inappropriately, and I told him to stop, and he wouldn't stop, and it escalated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all things that you can bring up with the judge on August 4th does not change my release conditions. So you do not have any contact with him, and you may not reside at the same location as he does, okay?
All right.
And not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription and no alcohol. Full release conditions will be in your paperwork. If you go ahead, step to the left, officer has your paperwork.
Thank you.
Jacob Butler, please. All right, Mr. Butler, go ahead, state your name, date of birth.
Jacob Butler, January 8, 1999.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here because the North Mesa Justice Court issued a warrant for your arrest. This is a post-adjudication failure to pay or failure to comply warrant in your matter out of the North Mesa Justice Court involving a 2019 charge of DUI. In that matter, you're not entitled to have me appoint an attorney to represent you this evening. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting an arraignment hearing in the North Mesa Justice Court on August 6th at 1 p.m. Will you go to that?
Yes.
Okay, then based on your promise to appear, I'm going to go ahead and release you this evening on your own recognizance. You do need to go to that hearing. If you don't go to that hearing, a warrant may issue for your arrest, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step to left. Officer has your paperwork. All right, that does in fact bring us to the end of our very short 11 p.m. initial appearance calendar. We are going to go ahead, stand adjourned until 2 a.m. and tomorrow, and we are off the record.